Morning guys, thanks again for joining me for Why Shy Why for this week. Today I want to think about something that's quite philosophical. We'll step back into reality at the end of the video, but what I want to do is take you on a bit of a journey first up. Okay, picture this. You're about 60 stories up and everywhere you look it's blue skies, and when you look down at a certain angle, all you see is these beautiful yellowy white beaches with the surf rolling in. It's dead quiet. You're in this room. It's nice and serene. What do? Well, for me, I start getting in my head. I start sort of contemplating. I'm one of those people that likes to see overviews of things like project plans. I hate to say it as an agilist, but I like to see end-to-end product. I like to see how, if I'm in manufacturing, I want to see how it starts, how it's designed, and how it comes out at the end, the widget. I'm an overviews type person. And so if you get me in a very high place and I get to sort of just stare out at the world and see it go by, I'm going to get quite philosophical. And I know there's a few of you out there that do the same sort of thing. So the last time I was doing that, I was up in the Gold Coast at Surfers Paradise. As I was looking down on this view and I was pondering what I started really thinking about was this idea of sustainability, especially to do with food, but also to do with things like the environment. We're all talking about it, we're all thinking about it. There's been quite a huge change in the last decade towards more sustainable lifestyles, more sustainable businesses, more sustainable everything. And it got me to thinking about, well, why are we not doing more sustainable coding practices? Now, I know, like I said, it's very philosophical, right? So bear with me. I went down the path of thinking, well, maybe we should have low energy laptops or desktops, or, IDEs like Visual Studio should use less of the power and use less power so we consume less power. And at the end of that particular chain where, we're blasting less coal or whatever it is. Then I started realizing that it's not necessarily like a physical thing that we're talking about. If we're talking about true sustainability and sustainable coding practices or programming practices, I think what we're talking about is less code wastage, right? So basically what I want to do is start a bit of a hashtag here, and it's called NoCodeWaste, right? Now, this is going to be something that I'm going to start thinking about and talking about a little bit more through my videos and as we talk to people in presentations and seminars and these sort of things. But the nucleus of this was up looking at the world, I guess, and realizing that at some point what we've got to do as an industry, as software engineers, as software developers, as Scrum Masters and product owners, as business analysts in the IT world, is we need to fall into a practice of no code waste, of sustainable programming. And the reason for that is because every time you do this whole idea of, every time you write a line of code that's wasted, that's never going to be used, or is not succinct, or maybe that pathway to that code will never get hit, it's just impossible, or you're writing a feature that no one's ever asked for, those sort of things are actually impacting the environment, and by that I'm actually meaning the business environment right now, more than things like the electricity and how much usage of time and of power or energy we're using. So what I want you guys to think about today is, what are the 2 things that you could do in this next week that will help you to waste less code and to write less wasted code, okay? Remember, the mantra is no code waste. So every line of code you write should be used in production by multiple people in a way that it derives benefit for all. Alright guys, that's it for today. I want to thank you all for hanging around and watching these videos. It's certainly been a bit of a journey for us and we're enjoying doing them. However, when we get a little bit more traction and we see you guys liking them and sharing them around, that kind of makes our hearts sing a little bit. So please do those things for us. Cheers guys, have a good week. We'll see you next time.